Welcome back. Let's get to Canara Bank now. Their second quarter earnings came in better than estimates. Asset quality improved and profit after tax, of course, was helped by a strong other income. That's the case with many banks, with bond prices going up. LB Prabhakar, Managing Director and CEO at Canara Bank, joins us now. Mr. Prabhakar, good morning. Thanks much. First, if you can take us through your asset quality expectations without the Supreme Court order, how much might it have been, your NPAs, and how much would you categorize as stress?
Good morning and thank you very much. If you see my stress book, that is the amount which is held under a hold, that is about 10,300 crores as on 30th June. From that, we have already recovered about 6,000 crores. As on date, my asset book, which is on hold, is only about 4,000 crores. So suppose even in 4,000 crores, if I take about 60 to 70% of the book slips to NPA, it will be hardly about 3,000 crores. Whereas for that 10,000 crores, we have already made a provision of 1,030 crores. So as far as provision is concerned, I am not worried. Then coming to my SMA2 book, SMA2 book is hardly 0.37%, which is about 2,800 crores. So at any worst scenario, I think slippages may be around 3,000 to 3,500 crores, for which we have already made provisioning.
In terms of GNPA, gross NPA percentage, what is the worst you fear?
Ma'am, if you see the gross NPA, we have reduced significantly. About 177 basis points have been reduced, and now it is about 8%. And net NPA, we are about 3.4%. We have reduced by 230 basis points. And going forward, we don't see much impact in this because as far as the SMA2 portfolio is concerned, it is under control for our bank. And we have utilized the last 6 months in following up, especially the return of accounts as well as the NPA accounts which are in substandard and D1. So that is because of that, I think we will be able to manage gross NPA going forward around 8% and net NPA around 3%.
Many banks have actually reported improved margins. In your case, the current and savings account percentage has not gone up substantially. In fact, it stands at 32.8 compared to year ago 32, but quarter ago you were 33.8. How come you didn't get an influx of deposits as well? Where do you see the margins going?
If you see my growth in the liability side, especially savings bank, it is a very significant growth. We have grown by 13.38%, and now my savings bank book is at 2.58 trillions. If you see my CASA growth, it has grown by 14.47%. And if you see my retail term deposit growth, it is about 18%. So basically, we are growing in retail liability side, especially the savings bank and retail deposits. Percentage-wise, it is 32.8% because the retail deposits has grown by 18%, whereas savings bank have grown by 13%. But going forward, our guidance is we will be at 35% by March 21.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, good morning. I wanted to also ask you in terms of how much loans do you expect could be restructured over the next, say, 3 to 6 months? And if you can give us a sense of, the customers' repayments. I mean, how many customers have, say, not paid a single EMI since the month of March?
As far as OTR is concerned, we are making a provision for about 13,000 to 13,500 crores of the loan book. Out of this, 80% will be corporate, 20% will be retail. But as on date, we have received request for only 600 crores, out of which 80% is corporate and 20% is retail. And this is the upper limit which we are keeping. And moratorium, I think after 31st August, now it doesn't have much relevance. Why I'm telling is all the installments are backloaded. Now, for statistical purpose, if I want to say, the people who have paid 3 installments and the people who have not paid or paid 3 installments, it is about 25% of my loan book.
Okay, Mr. Prabhakar, how is loan growth? How is it likely to be in the second half?
We are growing at 9%. Housing, we are growing at 13%. And MSME, yes, quarter on quarter, we are growing at 5%. And if you see my, corporate book, yes, we are stagnant because wantedly about 12,000 crores of outstanding, we said that because we don't want that, we have come out of that one. Otherwise, loan book is stable and the domestic loan book is growing at about 5%.
Yeah, total advances are up only 2.3% year on year. That's why I asked. No, considering that you've done well in deposits, why is it that your margins didn't rise? Can you give any guidance on margins? It's like flat quarter on quarter.
Ma'am, when we talk about margins, if you see my interest income, it is flat, whereas my interest expenses I have reduced by 12% YOY and 4.65% quarter on quarter. And if you see my operating profit, it has grown by 33% YOY and quarter on quarter about 8%. Now it has touched 4,640 crores. And NII, if you see, it has grown by 30% YOY. It is about 6,296 crores. So margins have improved, and one point I would like to mention here is because of the huge margins and the good operating profit, we made about 838 crores additional provisioning during the current quarter, which we are supposed to do in the next quarter for one housing finance account, which we have declared it as fraud. Now we have made 3,980 crores provisioning for that account because of our good margins.
Okay, that's fully provided for that account?
Yes, ma'am.
So I just wanted to ask you, with Syndicate Bank getting merged, are you seeing some cost synergies, duplicate branches being closed, or anything else?
Ma'am, synergies I can quantify in terms of three verticals. One is IT synergies. Yes, yesterday we have migrated all our Canara Bank branches, that is about 6,500 branches, to new version that is 11.8. And most probably next month we'll be in a position to migrate all the branches. Because of this one, we are getting a good cost savings as far as IT is concerned. Customer base, we are able to give good service to the customers and get good traction, as well, especially in terms of retail
reduction,
loans.
no branch reduction or real estate savings?
Ma'am, branch reductions, yes, we are going to rationalize, and this will be done in the Q4 of FY21, because after the database merger, we want to take up this issue. Whereas rationalization of circle offices, regional offices has already been done.
Okay. All right, so we'll leave it at that. Mr. Prabhakar, pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. The stock has got a thumbs up, 1.2% higher on Canara Bank. Okay, let's now shift focus to commodity markets. We've been waiting for the commodity trades at 10, and Manisha is here. Morning, Manisha, what are you tracking?
The metal prices, Lata, as the other asset classes have performed better in Asia, so have the metal prices, where we saw nearly 1 to 3% of a decline overnight. So starting with copper, nickel, aluminum, we've started the trade positive for all of these. Also because the US dollar has come off its 1-month highs. And even as we have seen COVID cases rising in various countries in Europe and UK and US as well. So that is a concern that would continue. But then also we are reacting to a stronger data that has come in from US, whether it has been about the third quarter GDP numbers, which have beaten the estimates there. It also has been about the jobless claims, which have put in a better fourth month in last 5 months, and that has been supportive. The markets also are looking at fundamental points here, where we have seen suspension of mines, especially when it comes to copper or nickel for that matter, where Asia Corp and Philippines have had their production suspended because of rising COVID cases in the mines and smelters as well. So nickel is one metal which has continued to gain up in the month of October as well. Also, the markets are watching out for the US presidential elections, with more and more numbers telling you that perhaps Joe Biden may come in. Metals, for one, have an inclination towards Biden, for the reasons clearly that Biden has been talking about increasing infrastructure spending, also about a softer course or the softer stance that Biden has with China. And then there also has been conversation about renewable energies, etc., to make it like that until 2035. And that would clearly mean more demand coming in for metals like copper, nickel, cobalt, manganese, etc. So many of these metals have continued to do well in last few sessions there. Trading strategies, and we spoke to Kuverji Group. They have a sell, though, in case of lead today, where we have seen inventories rise on LME. Their targets on the lower side are at 146. The next commodity of choice has been natural gas prices. Even as much of the energy pack has been weakening, natural gas is trading at a 22-month highs and can go up to 252 is the view coming in today.
All right, thanks a lot for that. This market is in a mood to reward good earnings. So this index is now up over 0.5% and big moves coming into names like Chola Investments and TVS Motor. In fact, we take a break. On the other side of the break, we have another company reporting good numbers, Shriram Transport. Umesh Revankar, the MD of the company, will be with us in just a bit.